be the continuation of the last video. So what essentially, once you've gone through and you've saved the jobs that could potentially be a good fit, now we have to do further investigation to see if we're actually going to apply for the jobs. Because as I mentioned, connects cost money, and we're going to see just the I'm going to take you guys through the process. So what you can do is you can just click Save Jobs here, or you can go under Find Work and Save Jobs. We've got 22 to work through now. So let's open up the first one. So again, this client is offering Google Ads services. First thing I noticed, the payment method's not verified. They've just joined, by the way, the date is July 5th. Let's scroll down. 20 to 50 people have applied. The client has viewed it in 9 hours and he hasn't messaged anyone. Those are typically not green flags. So let's see, this proposal costs 10 connects. So this proposal is $1.50. Will I apply to this? I'm choosing not to apply to this. I haven't even read it. First of all, I want to say you should be reading through you should be reading through the job post. You shouldn't just spam apply. We're looking for skilled and experienced group to join our team. Yeah, the only reason I'm not going to apply to this job is because, one, Australia, I just haven't had great response rates from Australian clients. And the fact that he's got many applications, he hasn't messaged anyone, I'm not going to do it in this case. And this just seems a bit just way over the mark. So yeah, I'm actually not going to apply to that one. Let's keep going. Got a digital Google Ads campaign manager. So I usually scroll to the bottom. I have a look at these metrics very quickly. The ideal candidate will spend 1 hour a week on each campaign and will be responsible on each campaign. We look to oversee our Google Ads. Spend 1 hour a week. So whenever somebody sort of puts time restraints on you, I don't do the job because I don't want to work on time. And I recently did something. I recently did cold calling on an hourly rate, and I just 100% don't recommend that sort of. You don't want to work on time. You want to work on value, and you want to be able to do things in your own time. So if they're like, look, you got to be awake 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. PST to answer any questions, blah blah blah. Don't apply for it. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth the stress. It's not going to give you the freedom that you desire. So first thing I noticed about this client, 23 jobs posted, and he's hired none of them. He's got 5 open jobs. Let's look at his other 5 open jobs. Media buy for ad campaigns. Look, this person's not serious. I'm not even going to bother. Senior Google Ad Specialist, 66% higher rate. He's got a good average hourly rate. He's been a member for years. Let's just go down to the bottom. Okay. So yeah, let's see what he's looking for. Senior Google Ad Specialist. To join our team, let's just quickly go down here. 5 years experience. Excuse me. So the only reason I wouldn't apply to this job is because of these following questions when submitting a proposal. How do you approach ad groups and campaign structuring to optimize quality score? Describe your process and blah, blah, blah. Other than that, I would apply to it. I am not a specialized Google Ads expert. I'm obviously working on behalf of my particular client. Other than that, you know, I would apply to join. I would apply to this job. So yeah, I would apply to that if I could answer the questions and you're truly a specialist. And if you're not a specialist and you want to offer Google Ads, find the answers to these kind of questions, because it's only a matter of time before somebody asks similar questions. And essentially, you want to be able to show case studies, show that you know what you're doing. So otherwise, I would apply to that job. Google Ads expert. Let's scroll down. 50 plus. I'm not going to apply. And it might have just got to 50 plus because when I was doing the sourcing, I actually had to wait a bit because I had some things to do. I didn't click any 50 plus, so excuse me. Long-term, full-time role. So full-time are the worst words you want to hear. Look, 20 to 30 hours per week, I'm not even going to carry on. Nobody's interested in that. E-commerce, let's keep going, 10 to 15, 30K, 100% higher rate. This is crazy. How much has he spent? I can't see the amount he spent right now. Yeah, this could be something to apply for. E-commerce, integration and marketing, SEO specialist, Shopify, Amazon, Walmart. So it might not be a good fit. He's offering $100. Yeah, this is not a good fit for what my client offers, Google Ads Management and Google Ads Setup. Google Ads expert or agency. Let's just scroll down again. 20 to 50. Yeah, we can apply to this. Let's just quickly read. Its collaborators us on a freelance basis. Strong right managing, optimize, blah, blah, blah. Typical responsibilities, typical requirements, experience of other people's platforms is a plus, experience in e-commerce, SaaS, or high growth industries. Please submit your proposal, include your resume or company profile, a brief cover letter, and examples of successful ad. Include any specific results or metrics that highlight this. Include 10 factorial if you use ChatGPT on start. For agencies, please also add 2 best case studies. So yeah, I'm actually going to apply to this job, and these have the generic questions. So it's actually going to help. It's going to help with these questions. I will provide a document to sort of like help you with these questions. But these are just sort of the generic Upwork questions, unlike the previous example who actually probably wrote down, hey, how would you do this? How would you do that? So we can answer this. So we're going to apply. Let's just see if we can get a name for him. Thank you. No. Let's check this one. It was a pleasure to resolve your issues. No. I insisted on any desk. No. Guys, there's no name for this particular client. Let's just double check. No name for this particular client. But we can see that they've worked with Macola a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna click apply to this job. I'm just gonna open up Flycart. Flycart is a really good, handy extension that saves it saves things you've copied. Yes, and it has what I was looking for, which is great because I didn't want to open up my notes. So again, when you're applying, you match whatever is here, search engine marketing. How often do you want a rate increase? 20, 30. You always want to look at the client's budget. If your hourly rate is below or above, just match it, put something there to match it. So then I'm just going to copy in. Hey there, so we have lots of applications already. This is my, so you have lots of, allow me to explain why I paid a perfect Google Ads specialist. Is it a website? To help to specialists to work with you. Then it has the explanation. I've read your response. I'm confident in my ability to improve your results and help you manage your campaign successfully. And I'm just going to add some personalization here. I have experience with both e-com and SaaS, because he mentioned e-com and SaaS. And SaaS. I'd love to learn more about the project, share my expertise with my good to connect. Yeah, and I did mention that I wanted to clean this up in one of the videos, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, that looks nice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear all here. Just gonna copy all of that. Yeah, so how do you use metrics to inform your strategy? And that's where the spreadsheet comes in. Metrics to inform your strategy. So this is what I do. I just copy this. Metrics is the traffic light. It's like the traffic light in Google Ads. I am. Again, on Upwork, people don't really want to feel like they're working with some big corporation. You want to put I. How do you decide what tone of voice? Again, I'm just gonna go to this tone of voice. You guys are gonna have the sheet. I'm just gonna copy this answer here. Yep. How do you approach difficult customers? So these are just like I said, the generic difficult conversations. It's already here. This one could be better. But please list, I have, and this is how I answer this one, I have all relevant Google Ads certifications. Yeah, this one could be better. This answer to this. How do you approach difficult conversational content? You could just throw it in GPT and get some answers. Describe your recent. Well, you could use GPT for any of these, yeah, even those specialized questions that I didn't apply to in the previous example. Describe your recent experience, and I have something for recent experience here as well. Then what I'll do here is I'll just copy this in. Since I've been a Google Ads expert for over 9 years, similar needs, hence it's safe to say most specific. Okay. I have, and I'll put something like, I have projects now where I'm getting my clients consistent sales and leads depending on the campaign. I'd love to walk you through how we can help get you consistent leads or sales too. Something like that. Client sent for 18 connects, just to check that. So that's just under $3. So it's definitely not cheap. That's why you should definitely be particular. Because change, like I said before, connects used to be really cheap. Now they're not cheap. Is this the same job? Yeah, this is the same job. And one thing I did notice, because my client's actually based in Canada, and this guy's in Canada, I think I just want to just doing some. Yeah, and my client's based in Toronto. Whoa, I did not know that Canada was that big. Makes sense. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Next one, I'm seeing $100. We need someone to tidy up and set up. No, not going to apply to that. 10 to 15, Croatia. We are looking for a skilled professional, especially in retargeting using data from YouTube and Google Ads. This client has put a lot of emphasis on YouTube, which is the reason that I wouldn't apply to this, because I don't really know my client's expertise with the YouTube aspect of things. And otherwise, yeah, your main task is analyze or can retarget strategy improve success on YouTube and Google Ads platforms. And now that's something that that I can ask my my guy, right? So experience on YouTube ads. So now if I run into something like this again in the future, I'll know actually, yeah, he does have some experience. But right now, and it's a one-time project as well, so I'm not really interested in one-time projects for my particular client. Okay, next one. Manage my Google Ads campaign for my Amazon and Shopify products. Okay, this could be something. He's offering $100. He sent some invites, which is always a good sign. He sent some invites, even if he's not interviewing. He's on the ball here. He's been a member for a month. He's posted 5 jobs. He hasn't hired anyone. I wouldn't apply for this just because it's a low price tag. But sometimes it's worth taking a punt. You should just trust your intuition, if you will. Like if you feel like, should I apply? Like if you're in doubt, don't do it. But if you're like, it could be an opportunity, because you never know what could actually translate into an opportunity. So this already looks good. We run a business where we sell social media services and we want to market it on Google Ads. You're an expert on Google Ads, have ideas to market my business. We could talk more details. Albania's in Europe, Eastern Europe. Nope. Okay, yeah, maybe. Okay, it's near Greece. Country in the Balkans, near Greece. Southeastern Europe. Okay. I don't really know. GDP. Okay, they have money there. So it's important to, because I've never worked with anyone from Albania. So he's got 8% hire rate. He's got 4 hires. He's speaking to people. This is worth applying to. Like, absolutely. Let's see. It should be less than 16 connects, though. 16 connects. It should be less than that, but I'm still going to apply to this because there's a chance that I can get a response as well after he sees my expertise. So just apply. He hasn't put any language requirements, so that's final. Let's see the connects go super quick. Let's put search engine marketing again. Never. Then I'm just gonna paste this in again. Where is it? Hey there. So we have those applications already. First, Google Ads specialist. To assist your agency. Then I'll put something like, he hasn't put responsibilities, so I've worked with agencies in your niche before, and I'm confident in my ability. And then I'm just going to take this part out that's specific to the last job. And yeah, send. And unsave this. Let's wait for this to load up. So yeah, proposal sent. How much have you spent on Google? What was the max daily budget? Explain what you would do to ensure. So yeah, I don't have the answers to these questions. Explain what you do to ensure you can provide great performance on Google Ads for us. So I'm actually just going to paste this up onto this thing again. Some things to ask my client. Because once you're doing this, guys, you have to adapt. So they're offering $500 per month, which is not bad. Job is remote, but I'm just not going to apply to this job. We have been running Facebook ads. Now it's time to sell Google ads. Otherwise, I'd apply to this job, sure. It's not a bad one to apply for. Local SEO, I'm not going to apply to this job just because they haven't put much detail here. Just simply as that. Haven't put much detail here. Excuse me. They haven't even spent any money on the platform. And just because someone hasn't spent money doesn't mean that they've had loads of jobs posted. It doesn't mean that they've never hired anybody. A lot of the time, people take people off the platform without work, which is what I recommend doing as well. But you have to do it tactfully because you don't want to get banned, because against the Upwork terms of service and stuff. So I would say use your first few clients on the platform, definitely. Paid ad specialist, Meta/Google. Swiss startup that has been selling self-developed other products on retail via. They already achieved 7. Okay, see, I've seen the requirements. Ask you to record a Loom video. That's too much investment. I'm not doing that. And obviously I can't do that because I'm not my client. I do send the Loom videos sometimes on my own one, but it just depends on how my energy is feeling that day. The website is in Dutch. The requirements Dutch native speaker. I'm sure they didn't put it down here, but just have a look at requirements quickly so I know I can cancel that out because my client can't speak Dutch. Google Ads Manager, multiple clients. Some days will be easy, some days will be hard. $400 per month. Okay, meet with me once a week. That's not bad. Manage Google Ads account weekly. Track progress weekly. Questions: how do you stop a budget from being wasted? Anything special about you that makes it the right person? Looking for someone in the Philippines. Yeah, I could have just saved so much time by just going down there and seeing. So he's looking for someone in the Philippines. He's not looking for someone from the Western world. So let's have a quick go down. He's interviewing 8, so he's on the board there. He's looking for who could be the best. Software development niche. I don't think my client has a software agency. So a software agency is just SaaS. Does he have SaaS? I'm just thinking. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. So with ones like this, obviously I could apply. Like I can see he's responding to people and stuff like that. But Google AdWords expert. Let's have a look at this one. So yeah, that's another tactic you could do. Sometimes it's not the first time they're applying for that job, or sometimes you can see maybe it's good to go into the description, because if I see they're hiring a lot of people from India and Bangladesh and Pakistan, I know that they're looking for workers from that region of the planet. So they're unlikely to hire me if I'm based in US, UK, that kind of stuff. So it's always worth doing that. So this is another thing. This will be a one-time activity. What did you need help with? So we'll need help with the following, blah, blah, blah. He paid someone how much for that? He paid someone $1,500 for that. Oh, but that's over the course of almost a year. Wow, that's not, let's see where this guy's from. Almost a year, only $1,500 from Ukraine. It's got a lot of jobs here. Seems like a solid client. But what are my hesitancies here? In the software development niche. So, you know what, I'm actually just gonna hop on my client's website right now, have a look at his case studies, and if I don't see any software here, I'm just going to let it go for now. Yeah, there's no particular software solutions there. Excuse me. So I'm not going to apply for this role. Let's keep going. Paid ad specialist. Let's go to the bottom. He's put Africa. I'm not going to apply. He's looking for someone in Africa. Again, Google Ads media buyer. So when you see activity on this job hires, and it says 1, this person has already hired for this job and they just left it up. So I wouldn't recommend responding or applying. He's interviewed 6 and he's already hired somebody from Actually. And it was just posted yesterday. So speed does win. So let's turn that off. Seeking a PPC manager to join our team, full-time position. Again, full-time. GMT plus 3, my client's in Canada. No, it doesn't work. Okay, I've seen TikTok ads proficiency, Meta ads proficiency, Google ads proficiency. This person's looking for a unicorn. It's just not going to work. And they have all these tough qualification questions that I'm not going to bother to read. Don't apply. So yeah, that's how you go through. Just going to refresh the page here. I hope that's given you some insights to what to apply to. Yeah, granted, there are some jobs that perhaps I could have applied to. But again, you have to, it just depends on your budget. We have an unlimited budget for this project, but it just completely depends on your budget. But yeah, just be mindful. If you're in doubt, is it worth applying to? Might as well just apply. You never know what might come from it. And yeah, that's the video. I hope that's been helpful.